It's now time to add an image to our page. And images can be added in the same way as documents. You can add them inline, as I've shown here with the document link. You can also add them as standalone links, or you can add them at the bottom of the page. There's one or two major differences between images and documents. One, the image, we have an image and you can edit the size and presentation of it via the image editor, which is presented in another video. And you also have something called alternative text. But first, let's add the image. You can do so in the same way as you did earlier with the documents, via the plus button and via the drag and drop. As usual, I'm using drag and drop. But first you have to select for this page and the media filter. If you do not do that, let's just try this one out. Select blocks and for this page, and I'll drag in an image. As you can see now, nothing happens. And if I drop this here right now, but for now, let's just add the image. I'll just drag the image in, go back to media once again, and add the image. The image will be uploaded and added to my list. Now we can add it inline if we want, just by selecting an area and dragging it in. As you can see, it turns green. If I take it out, it turns gray, and that's a vision that they've produced just so you can understand that it's okay to add and not okay to add. So let's say I just drop it here, it just disappears. But if I add it into the green area, it will add itself as a kind of a block field. But when I click outside on page view, the image will present itself in the way it is. As you can see now, or probably can see, I got an error message. This is how Episerver shows error messages. And if I hover over it and click, I get a message that something went wrong. Image is missing its alternative text. Please add this by editing the image file. Alternative text is something that is mandatory in every CMS that we use. The alternative text presents itself to viewers who are visually impaired. So when they use reading lenses or whatever software they use, the text of the alternative text will be read out to them. So how do we add that? Well, you can do it in two ways. You can either double click the image, or you can use the hamburger menu and click edit. I'm going to use the double click. Since I'm in on page viewing, nothing is presented, so I have to switch to all properties. And when I do that, alternative text is presented. We'll just add a descriptive text here, but in my case, it's just an example. And we'll add some alternative text description, just to have something in there. And of course, the credits of who took the picture, which of course is me. We continue just to publish the changes, and when such something is done, we just go back to the page on page viewing. As you can see now, the error message is gone, but sometimes this message does not disappear. All depends on how you work with the system. If you've added the alternative text and the text or the error message does not disappear, just disregard it and press publish, because the publish button, when the error message is there, is gone. So you will not be able to publish, but when the error has been removed, you are able to publish. So that was one way of adding the image, and we've added the alternative text. You can also add the image as the main image to the article by dragging and dropping, or by clicking and selecting from the area that you have. You can select the image from anywhere in the structure that you have access to. You can also drag the image into other parts of the article. You can have 30 plus images in line as beneath each other. It's no restrictions on where you put or how many images you put into your text. The only thing we ask for you to adjust to is how it looks, and try to make it look as good as possible. So that's how you add images to an article, and I hope you enjoyed it.